What's going on, guys? Welcome into episode 90 of The Scope. This is a program where we talk about FPS games, news of the week, and we actually have a lot going on. I'm excited about it. If you can't tell by the pace at which I'm speaking, I'm pretty excited about today's program. Joined, as always, on my wait, you're right, my left. I get that wrong almost every week, dude. Blue, what's up, man?
What up, brother? How was your trip?
It was awesome. I got to practice that in the mirror. My left, you're right. Or my left, you're right. I'm going to practice
Wake up in the morning.
My trip was awesome, man. I actually harvested 2 feral hogs with firearms. And
nice.
Obtained some protein for the family.
It reminds me of that video that Tag they retweeted of the guys that were hunting the hogs with like the 50 cows and the AR-15s fully automatic. Just
I wasn't quite that crazy.
You weren't that crazy? Okay.
No.
All right.
No. I was able to get one with my 458 SOCOM, and then also I did a spot and stock with my revolver, my new Smith & Wesson 44 mag revolver. I did a spot and stock and got one. And then it was part of an all-inclusive bachelor party extravaganza. So then we went to the lake and went catfishing and caught a whole bunch of catfish. So
catfishing or like noodling, like
we're actually running jug lines and trout lines. So going out and setting them and then going back and checking them later.
Oh man, so, I walked by the lake this weekend and saw a couple gators.
You got gators down there.
Seen a little bit more. Yeah, we got some gator, little baby gators, and then I saw a mama gator, and I said no.
Man. I get incredibly uncomfortable in situations where I realize I'm not the top of the food chain. So like going to the oceans.
Yeah.
Like I have a few trail cam pics of mountain lions. Like when I had the encounter with the bear last year, it's like anytime I'm not the apex predator on the food chain, I get incredibly uncomfortable and want to know about it.
We have opposable thumbs, man.
Yeah,
you can operate heavy machinery.
The problem with opposable thumbs is they're not that sharp. There are other sharper things out there.
Yep.
So that's what you got. That's what you really got to watch out for. Dude, I was gone. Like, of course, every time I'm gone, like a bunch of stuff happens. Of course. So like, I got back to civilization and checking Twitter, and it's like, gee, many Christmas, man. I missed Fry's Transients devlog and the demo that he surprise dropped. I missed all that stuff. So I was pretty bummed. There was something else that happened then too that I was really bummed to miss. But we'll eventually get to it because I have a list of things to talk about. Man, how was your weekend? What do you got going over there?
Let's see. This weekend was just nothing. Like, I mean, literally just in the well, actually no, I can't say that because we ended up going outside anyways. But the original plan was to just sit on the computer and work on stuff. And then we were like, just go somewhere. And then family came over, stuff like that. And then it all went downhill. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I got this really great restaurant, but I was like, I got so much more work to do.
I feel that.
And then I had the Ascendant playtest, Ascendant Infinity playtest on what was that? The 30th? Yeah, the 30th. So Saturday. So I played with Fry and Abel.
How was that?
That was fun. Yeah, no. It was good. I know we'll talk about that in the quick shots probably, but definitely like I said earlier, going in with no expectations, it was a nice change of pace, but I'm worried about the game itself. More of just like, I'm just worried about early access games in general nowadays.
Yeah, same. Yeah, just all shooters. Like all indie small shooters, I'm terrified for. I mean, even when we're talking about, and I meant to put this in the quick shots, but I'm just now thinking of it. Like they had all those layoffs at Unreal Engine at Epic Games.
I didn't even hear about that. And then you got the Unity stuff.
Yeah, true.
So it's just not looking good for game engines, man.
Well, I mean, they talked about how it had to do with Fortnite and stuff, and it's like when you have Fortnite, which is like the microtransaction king, having to lay off people, where are we at? I think what we're seeing, and this is a big political program, I think we're just seeing the effects of an overall shit economy on everything. Like It's
But
gonna
I
hit
also
gaming
think
too.
Fortnite grew grew to like heights never imaginable. And I think the Fortnite craze has, I mean, I bet you if you look at like the peak of Fortnite gamers and then now, it has probably died down exponentially. So that probably means, all right, we don't need all these people working in the office now. Maybe it's time to downscale and maybe focus on more specific things when it comes to Unreal Engine. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that's you know if it has to relate to Fortnite, that's just more of like a company move, which, as sad it is to say, they're not focused on the developers and the designers. They're worried about the money and the income. So
And then that hyena game shut down too. So yeah, like they said in chat, like Jordan said in chat, it's a great year to be a gamer, but not so much a game dev. They've been feeling the heat of the economy.
I don't know even if it's really a great year to be a gamer.
What?
What do we have to look forward to? That's a big, good title.
But I mean, what have we had? That's what I'm saying. Like Baldur's Gate. I mean, if you expand outside of FPS games, of course you have to expand outside of FPS games to find good games.
Yeah, we're us
Starfield
FPS fanboys. How dare we?
Yeah, you got to venture outside because FPS
There
games
are a lot of
are
good games. Yeah,
are here. But you had, I'm trying to think within FPS games. I mean, you had, I guess CS2 is really big, but
I heard that went kind of, people are mixed about that.
yeah, I want to. Yeah, we're gonna
know?
dive into that a little bit. I haven't got to play it very much, and I don't know if I would be able to give a huge detailed synopsis of what's going on anyway. But we'll talk about some of the community's reactions and see what people think.
All right. But other than that, I know you had your trip, and I mean, I know you saw me streaming some Titanfall 2 earlier.
Yeah,
of course. When I turned off the stream and I was like, all right, let me just play a little bit more. I was going like, and I recorded it. I was going like 15-2, 24-7. I was like, what is wrong with me? Why is it that off stream I can just go off?
Yeah, and that's streaming, baby.
Holy crap! I recorded it and I was just like, what?
Yeah, no, it's 100% streaming. It's the same for me, especially in Rainbow Six. I feel like because you're focused on chat, right? Like the people you're streaming for your community, and your community takes precedence. So you're reading chat, you're taking yourself out of the game. And I'll do that. I'll catch myself doing that in Rainbow Six, like between rounds. I'll start talking to chat, and then I'll come back to the game, and be like, okay, where were we at? What op do I need to play? What site were we on? Like I'll have to put all that back in my RAM. Like I have, my RAM with my short-term memory.
Your internal RAM.
Yeah. But then it's not really even getting nervous. It just takes my focus off the game, which is fine.
Yeah, because it's not anxiety. Like they said, it's I don't know. Yeah, it's because I've streamed for years. Yeah, but I don't know. And then I went and and people I know we talked about it before, but I played a little bit of World War 3. Just let me be. I'm craving for a new FPS, and I don't want to play Call of Duty. I don't want to play Battlefield 2042. So I was like, you know what? Hardcore Attack Ops is there. Let me give it a shot before the player base drops down to a 2-digit number, because it has done that now.
Really?
And I got accused of hacking. Immediate first game back, and I got accused of hacking.
You're too good.
And I was just like, why? It's like, where's my skill that I just transfer this skill to other games, please? Like,
yeah, I get it. And then I like in Rainbow Six, a few times I play off stream, it's like, oh my god, dude, I can just lock in, and the comms are on point, and I'm following along with the game flow, and I play so much better off stream.
Yeah.
But I have too much fun streaming, so
I saw you play. I saw you play some S&D. That match that you had where like you guys it was like a back and forth, and right at the end you guys clutched it up, and then the entire other team rage quit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a good feeling. As much as you wanted to shit talk them.
That's why we play bomb modes right there. Yeah. The back and
I didn't even know Titanfall had a 1 life mode.
It did?
I wish it was more bomb. Yeah. It's got a 1 life mode. I wish it was more bomb related. It's more of like each team has to hold on to a flag for as long as possible. But yeah, it's a one life mode.
Really, I didn't know that. Is it active and like you can play it now?
Yeah. I don't know about right now. I don't know if it's like the same now, but it definitely Titanfall 2's the hype is slowly dying, I will say. So if you want to get into it now, because it went from, you know, what average, like, my God, I can't even like remember properly what it was like 100. No, sorry, not 100, like 20,000, 30,000. It got close. It was like 27,000 was like the all-time peak, but then now it's going back to like the 10,000, 7,000, which again, for a game from 2016 is still pretty, cool to see. But yeah, it's about right now. I'm looking at it right now, 4,800 people right now. 24-hour peak is 7,900. So
man,
I just not bad.
This seems to happen a couple times a year. If you look at the long-term axis, like graph down at the bottom, you can see a big spike in 21, two pretty big spikes in 22.
I can see that,
because I feel like we've talked about this like every once in a while. Like this comes up in the quick shots or something.
Titanfall comes back.
It's like, guys, Titanfall's popping right now, and then it kind of dies down, and then it's almost like
3 is good right around the corner.
Yeah, and then it's almost like quarterly, and it's like it's happening again. It's happening again. No, sorry. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm excited to get some games in. Search has been fun. I've been it's weird. I've been playing a lot more Search than I have been Rainbow Six. I've just been having fun with the dynamic, getting that same kind of gameplay in, and shitting on people who aren't very intelligent. It's been pretty fun. And I man, we don't give up either. We've had so many where we just come back and stuff from being like 3 or 4 rounds down, and it's just been fun. It's such Call of Duty is such an accessible game, man. You can just get in and play it.
That radar drone, like you said, is
oh yeah,
it's clutch.
Yeah, I've tossed around the idea, and I just think it'd be bad for me because I'm not as mechanically gifted as a lot of search and destroy creators. Shout out Handler, I love watching that guy's videos. He's insane. He's an incredible player. I'm not good enough to do that, but man, I just kind of want to be an S&D creator for Call of Duty, because if you think about it, there's always updates. It always affects the meta. There's like every week there's updates. You have all the seasons. You have this mid-season reloaded. You always have content to talk about, and then you have it. And if it sucks,
at least a video a week, and maybe even 2. If there's a lot of good stuff coming out.
And if it sucks, there's another game within the year. So you're never going to be like a Battlefield creator who's going to have to wait now like another probably 2 years to get another game, while 2042 is just chilling on live support. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool. I don't think I'm good enough, but it'd be fun to make videos to teach people about what I've learned playing Search from a tactical perspective. And like, I'm telling you, man, everybody, like, here's a pro tip for people playing Search. Everybody wants to run Dead Silence because they can run behind and get a couple kills. And I will say this, put it on a shirt. Dead Silence will get you kills. Recon drones will win rounds. It will win you rounds.
I heard you say that, and I was like, that makes so much sense.
That's it, man. And
you're not just playing for you, you're playing for the team.
Yeah. So if you have like 3 people running recon drones, and you when people start earning them in like round 3, that's it. Like, it's over most of the time, unless you're playing like a super good team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, so funny, real quick, that we got someone from Brazil in chat. By the way, shout out Brazil. And that clip that I showed you was from São Paulo.
Am I gonna pull up that clip, dude?
I feel like you have to now, only because literally that just happened.
So the reason, you guys might have known, not really spoiler alert, but like just to go a little bit deeper into what's happening in our real lives, the reason we were laughing at the beginning of the program is because of another, I don't know why we show this. It feels like we're promoting not gun safety, but I hope you guys can tell by the way we're making fun of these people that this is not a good idea. If I play it, will it? So yeah, I guess in Brazil, they just have a person.
The homicide department. Yeah.
The homicide department. They just have a person that runs back and forth in front of the trainees while they're shooting. Let me paint a picture for you, podcast listeners. There are 4 trainees in an indoor shooting range shooting at a silhouette with their carry handguns, and the instructor is running back and forth like a duck at a carnival shooting gallery, and they're trying to shoot around their actual instructor. They're shooting around
like
their actual instructor.
He's trying to like juke them and stuff like that too, trying to like stop mid-step, you know, to kind of throw them off. Like, I don't trust.
I don't know how this can be fake, and how can that instructor just step in front of those people firing handguns and just like be ready for it? I mean,
a guy from Brazil says it's fake. You had something that you said it might be fake.
I don't know how it would be fake.
Blanks, I guess.
But yeah, I guess
you know, I don't see any impacts on the back.
Those are not blanks though. You can tell from the recoil.
Shells. I'm seeing shells. Yeah.
Well, shells will come out with blanks, but they don't have recoil, and you can tell. You can tell, dude.
They do, but it's not a lot. It's only more of the gas.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is this guy's got a death wish, and if this is the homicide department, they're also about to be able to practice processing the scene of a crime here in about 2 fucking seconds, man. Because there's about to be a homicide, so that's fitting for the homicide department to be. They're practicing homicides almost. So another scope terrible range video of the week. I don't know why we promote non-gun safety. Probably because it's funny. Yeah.
The Darwin Awards from Brandon. Anyways, video games.
Video game. Oh, is that what we're here for? Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I guess we'll talk about Battlefield Season 6, and I'll try not to get bitter. I'll try not to be an asshole. I'll try really hard. Or I won't. I'll just let it fly. But yeah, Battlefield Season 6 is happening. They announced it via the Dark Creations trailer. Did they think of that name themselves? It is a cool map and a really cool trailer. And I think we've said this a lot of times, and I think you would agree with me that the trailer team deserves a raise. Like
it was a movie.
The trailers are always on point, man. They're always like really, really, really good. There was a lot of speculation going around. There's been a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. I haven't kept up with it too much. A lot of people were thinking this map, the visuals on this map look incredible. I'm not sure how it plays. Like that remains to be seen, of course, like how it'll flow, cover. It doesn't look like a wide open disaster. But the visuals on the map look really, really cool to be in a lab set inside like that biodome thing. So you have like Argonne Forest and like you have it looks like a super like futuristic Argonne Forest in Battlefield 1 kind of. I don't know. What'd you think of the trailer?
I mean, starting from like the beginning of just like, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell, especially when you had that quote of I forgot who said it, of basically saying Season 6 is going to be one of those interesting moments.
Ryan McCarthy.
People go, what is it? Yeah, he said, yeah. It's like, well, I didn't expect that, but that's really Battlefield. Like, this doesn't scream Battlefield to me. As much as it's cool, this doesn't go, this is Battlefield. That's really Battlefield. Like, what? Unless, I mean, until we maybe see gameplay trailer, but
it screams almost, Battlefield to me.
Does it? I mean, super soldiers, cybernetics.
Yeah, because it screams Battlefield to me.
Orange eyes.
It absolutely screams Battlefield to me, Blue, because it is an overhyped trailer, one map for the season, and a bunch of paid cosmetics. True.
Yeah,
that's why it's screaming Battlefield to me, baby.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of talk about with the lore and stuff, talking about cybernetic soldiers. This looks like there's zombies in it and stuff. And there's been some speculation that, we're going to be able to play as zombies, or there's going to be a zombies mode. You'll probably get the mid-season mode that might have to do. I could see where they started it out with the knife. That could be a teaser that maybe they'll do some kind of infected mode or something mid-season. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the same thing we've gotten all year. It's a season with one map and cosmetics. There's going to be one new assault rifle. I'll pull up there was a leak from a Chinese game storefront that showed what's going to be there, and I'll pull that up. But it's 3 weapons. I know one of which is a sidearm. One map, one vehicle, and that's it for the entire season that we've been waiting for like 4 months. And it's just, it's a pitiful amount of content, and it might be good, and that's fine. And the game's playing well. It's not as buggy. I can't get it to launch with my EA app, and I try about 3 or 4 times, and I say, well, it's just not meant to be. Then I go play something else. I don't know. It might be really good. It might be quality. At the end of the day, in my opinion, this just is not enough content for a quote unquote robust live service. Andrew Wilson has plans for this game, CEO of EA, as he stated all this months ago. So
now we got like possibly like the quadcopter or quad drone.
The Dragonfly is what it's called.
Well.
Yeah,
the Dragonfly. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I'll just say, like, this is what season 6, and Call of Duty is on season 6 of their game that came out this year, and like season 6 Reloaded and stuff. And this game's been out for over 2 years now at this point, and it's just the content is just not enough. Portal.
It's like now we're getting a CQB map.
Yeah.
After this long.
Portal sits idle, not doing anything. The last season map that came out that was kind of like Zavod, I really liked the map. I really did, and I played it for a few weeks, and then it's just like, and then they moved this season back an entire month. And it's like, man, we gotta wait like 4 months for any other content, and you have Portal just chilling with nothing, like just begging for some classic maps to be put in there. Like,
yep,
it's crazy. It's crazy. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna give this game much of a chance because of the incredible lack of content. But on the positive side, this trailer rocks like they always do. It's an awesome trailer. And the visuals on the map look really, really cool. I don't think we've seen a night map. This looks like it's going to be pretty much a night map. We haven't seen one of those since like the Neville Knights from BF1.
Oh, Battlefield 1, yeah, true. I mean, I haven't really. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
there were a couple of night maps in Battlefield 1 that I really liked. But yeah, man, I don't know. What I'll try to pull up that tweet that says what's coming.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, what's to expect from another Battlefield update?
It would be cool if they did the that's that mid-season game mode was like infected or something. I thought that in the first opening scene where he snuck up behind the guy and stabbed him with the knife. That makes me think like the infected game mode. Then he would turn into a zombie, and then it's like survivors versus zombies.
Where's my dinosaurs?
I don't know.
Like, if they bring zombies before dinosaurs, in my opinion, that's just messed up. Especially for how long they teased dinosaurs in Battlefield. And I know that seems dumb, to some people, but look, let me have it. All right, I wanted an Abrams tank fighting against a T-Rex and infantry fighting against velociraptors. I don't know, something about it, especially when they teased all the Easter eggs of the little dinosaur. Heck, I think even in 2042, there might have been like a little dinosaur statue Easter egg, perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like there was
for sure it was. I feel like there was.
There was a dinosaur weapon charm if you pre-order. I think.
So you had that. You had, especially in Battlefield 4, an actual dinosaur Easter egg that roars in the background. You had skeletons in Battlefield 3 of dinosaurs and a pterodactyl flying around. So like the assets were actually in the game. I don't know. Maybe it's like, because especially back in the day when like what was it? Because Call of Duty had zombies, Battlefield had nothing back in the day.
Yeah. Chat is pure gold right now. I'm apparently I'm being a really bad YouTuber. I need to ride the hype train and get people really excited for season 6, and then when it comes out, then I can be pissed and disappointed and get the negativity views.
I can't wait to play Battlefield
2042
season 6
is saving the game. They might reach 5,000 players on Steam, dude. It's gonna be incredible.
Make that a video right now. Instant 100,000 views right there.
Easy.
Season 6 is saving this game.
So you have via Battlefield Bulletin. Shout out them. They were going to take a break, but decided not to. New close quarter. They're kind of forced to with how much content comes out in this game. Hey, So there's a new close quarters map, which does look cool. New weapons. So you have like a 4-month season if there is another one, and you get an AR, a secondary, and a DMR. That's it. That's your 3 weapons to last you 4 months. New gadgets. This is about the 645th time they've added a mechanic from old Battlefield games that should have been in from the beginning. You will now have throwable ammo and med packs, which have been in the last several installments.
Yeah.
And they call them new gadgets to get excited about. That's content, guys. That's content. And then new vehicle, UV2 Dragonfly, and a new battle pass.
Yeah, that battle pass is going to have more content than the actual content itself.
So, yeah, there you go. If you break this down, you have a new map, 3 weapons, and old stuff from other games that should have been in there from launch, and a vehicle. So that's your 4 months worth of content in your, as EA said, robust live service. Get your battle pass on, boys.
This is Battlefield.
This is Battlefield. Yeah, so not great, in my opinion. So I don't know what to do, man. Like, I don't know how to talk about. I'm at that point with Battlefield. Like, I don't know how to talk about it because I don't want to be negative all the time, but I can't really hype it up because I think it sucks. And I guess I'm just honest. And then people call me like I'm just being negative and stuff. And it's like, I'm being negative.
I mean, you put out. Yeah, exactly. So you talk about the updates. It's lackluster compared to the last few games. And I mean, what else do other people are they supposed to expect from you? Heck, even what's the full-time Battlefield creators aren't even, going, whoa, this is great,
Yeah. So. There's a lot of people on here who are like excited. And I mean, I guess I don't know how you could still be putting a lot of hours in this game, to be honest, but power to you.
It might be. I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those. It's like the same thing with Call of Duty, where it's like one game is installed on someone's console, and that one game still might be Battlefield because they might be more of a Battlefield fanboy than Call of Duty, and they will never play Call of Duty. Maybe they have both. I don't know.
I guess that's true. And
it's really hard to tell why. Well, I mean, to be honest, people have been accustomed to this for a very long time already.
Yeah, we could be getting used to it.
We saw this come. Old gamers have saw this coming from a mile away, long time ago, when they just introduced live service games. Pre-order bundles, stuff like that. At first, it was worth it. Especially in the older games, you had a fully fleshed out game and then added content on top of that. And slowly but surely, they just started taking pieces back every year, every release, every game, to the point where people think this is normal. So when they see new, especially with Battlefield Bulletin, and no offense to him, but for him to post new weapons, new gadgets, new vehicle, new battle pass, like, instead of possibly saying new gadgets, which are already in Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, 3 weapons out of so many other weapons that could have come to the game, or it's probably there's even weapons in the game that's now that still needs some tweaking, and one map after, and like in that tweet they could have put out after 4 months, season 6 releases October 10th. So this just hypes it up even more. Yeah. And of course, again, shout out to the trailer team. They make it seem so much cooler than it really is.
And the audio in that thing, man, like the gunshot sounds were so awesome in the trailer. Holy shit, dude. Like, they were crazy. And that's nothing like the game will be. And nothing how it'll look. And yeah. And I don't know, a lot of people still are thinking there's going to be zombies. I think there's not going to be any new game modes unless you talk about, like, maybe they'll do that mid-season thing where they do a new game mode. Might have something to do with zombies.
If anything, it'll be for Halloween, because Halloween's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And then they'll take it away again.
And it'll probably be something that you could just freaking build in Portal. They'll probably just build it in Portal and make it a main mode.
Exactly.
Like the last.
It's like when we saw. It's like when we saw knives versus defibrillators, you know, in the trailer.
Right.
This is going to be the same thing. You know, you don't see servers running 24/7 knives v defibrillators. So.
Right. But you might now.
You might see zombies plus some XP bonuses on top. You know, that was always fun. We'll just farming XP.
Chat's absolutely on point tonight. And it is.
It's just, you know, to its core, it's a broken game. And as much as people don't want to admit that, and I know this audience agrees with this because they're informed. Shout out to the audience.
Man, you guys.
Especially audio listeners. You guys are awesome. But everyone that's not listening, which you guys should be telling other people to come listen so they can be informed. It's been broken since day one, and they're playing catch up the entire time.
I don't even know if I call it broken anymore. I just call it bad. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Not the values, but yeah, just like at its core, you know.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's still to this day does not feel like Battlefield when I go to play it. In the crazy event that I can actually launch it. And then I guess I get why PC players play this game still, because if you're a Battlefield fan and like large scale battles, there's really nothing else. COD hasn't really supported the ground war, and you can't play the old Battlefields. They added a new anti-cheat. They're updating the anti-cheat for 2042. And it's an app. It's fucking bullshit that they're not doing anything about the cheaters on Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1. You cannot play them on PC. Those are the two of the three most recent titles, and you cannot play them on PC because of the cheaters. They won't do anything with them. And I think I'm going to go off the rails. I'm going to go conspiracy tinfoil hat. I don't give a shit. There's a very real possibility that they're just letting that happen so people do not go back and play those superior games and stick with the live service.
They're not saying otherwise. They're not saying, you know, oh, we just don't have the resources to go back and work on them. But they're not saying that they also do or do not, you know. So it's what's the reason behind it? If you tell us an actual reason, then no more conspiracy theory. We're good. But if you're not going to tell us the reason why you're not fixing this game when it comes to the hackers and anti-cheat,
it's got to be money.
Obviously, it's because money. Yeah, money's involved, and it's the investors. Why waste more time and resources and manpower to keep up to date with this game that released 2017? Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong. I mean, this is Battlefield 1. I think Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. I mean, like
5 was
Battlefield
18.
1 release date. So Battlefield 1 was 16.
16, then 18, then yeah.
Yeah. You know, why waste resources, you know, when they can make more money?
I don't know. It seems pretty shitty that someone would sit in an office and be like, if we fix these games, more people will play them, so we have to leave them broken. But I feel like that's a real possibility at this point.
And I know everyone, and I know we're like beating a dead horse with this, but I know everyone's talking about like World War III, and it's like, if only that game succeeded, especially because you said there's no other large scale shooter out there. And again, when I said earlier, going back to it, it was fun, but the player count isn't there because the marketing team sucks. So early access doesn't have the budget for marketing, and AAA has too much money that they don't care about making the game good.
Dude, that marketing team, or the trailer team is so good.
If they had that trailer team working for World War III, I think we would be talking about a different game, a different story about World War III. I really do believe it. Only if the service could hold up.
Yeah, and there was content was like a fair amount faster.
If the content was there, if the content was there, which I'm still. You know what? I just realized it's October. We never got the HVT game mode or any news about it. I just realized that
they just didn't do it.
They just didn't do it. They just didn't do it, dude.
And no one cares.
No one cares, and like, I forgot about it.
Yeah, that was supposed to be last month, right?
That was supposed to be their battle royale extraction recon game mode coming back, and where is it at?
Crazy. It's so sad. We've talked about it probably too much. It's so sad, that game. Even when I play it now, the immersion's there. I just freaking love the customization and the gun customization.
Dude,
and all that.
I'm telling you, I played
good.
the hardcore, and it turns out everyone has. And I used to play it on my own. I used to turn off my HUD, hit markers, everything. Everyone has a slower running speed. Their HUD is minimized, very minimal. There's no constant UAV unless you call one in, and you can revive people. Anyone could go, like any teammate from any squad could come up to you and revive you.
That's what it needed from the start.
That's what it needed from the start, 100%. And then you go, and then it's like, all right, well, if this early access game can't do it, let me go try Battlefield. Nah, never mind.
Man.
Yeah, I'm looking real quick just to see if I did miss anything. No, the latest update for World War III was just skins. Even these guys are just, I mean, you're focused on the wrong thing. Skins for weapons and vehicles that no one's using.
Man.
I really hope they listen to, I know they probably won't, but if they do end up somehow listening to this podcast, someone from their dev team or their marketing team or whoever the fuck, like, you need to get this game on point, because how many chances are, I don't think you're going to get another chance. And they're already looking for another game designer for another game. So like,
yeah.
All right. I'm done with my rant. Well, we could talk about that forever.
It's true. Let's move on to Call of Duty. Now, I know you're not a huge fan.
God damn it. I'm just kidding.
I know you're not a huge fan. The stuff that was announced earlier today, though, I think you might like. It has to do with weapons, and it looks really cool. So you might.
I did see some of that. It looked kind of cool.
It actually looks sick. I wish Buff was here to break down all this weapon stuff for us. Oh, wonder what he's up to.
I mean, are we really getting that?
What? What?
The carbine conversion for the Glock.
You have to.
That's, oh God, I forgot the actual name for it, because I've sold them in real life. But continue. I'm gonna look it up, because I need to find it.
I just wanted to take this moment to promote ourselves. Before we talk about Modern Warfare and COD Next coming this Thursday, there will be a live show. To make it easy, we'll just do the same time. So we'll do 5:30 Central. But we're all going to watch the COD Next, and then they're going to talk about multiplayer Warzone, all that stuff, and we're going to react to it. So we're going to have a special episode this Thursday about Call of Duty Next. We'll try to pick apart all this stuff for every shooter fan, because as you guys know, Call of Duty there'll probably be ground war. There's going to be stuff about multiplayer, so I'm going to be talking about it with Search and Destroy. We're going to talk about all this stuff. They're going to talk about what's going to happen with DMZ. We'll get into that in just a little bit. I don't know what the hell's happening. Zombies is going to be there, and Warzone and stuff like that. So there's like something for everybody within the Call of Duty. It's not saying they always get supported forever, but it's probably the biggest shooter that people play around in our audience demographic. So we're going to break it down and talk about it. So we will be having another program this Thursday. So you guys get 2 programs in 1 week. You're welcome. Do we tease or do we announce the big news, Blue?
It's this Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Announce it.
About who will potentially be joining us?
I think that people already kind of figured it out.
Buff's coming back. Buff's coming back.
Yeah, Buff's coming back.
Yeah. Buff's coming back Thursday. He's going to rejoin the program as the third co-host moving forward. So yeah, That starts on the special episode Thursday, and then he'll be hanging out with us on Mondays. Again, he's back. He got business handled, and he's coming back. So it's pretty exciting.
Hell yeah!
I'll bring beers. Yeah, or I'll probably bring bourbon. But yeah, so it's pretty exciting, man. Buff's coming back. We're gonna have a special show. Last year, that show went awesome. We had a ton of new people. It hit the YouTube shit right because everybody was like talking about COD Next, and it was a really fun episode. So look forward to that on Thursday. Getting into what's happening now with Modern Warfare 3. It's a classic example of Crash, don't get excited. And then I'm like, but Crash, I'm kind of getting excited. I shouldn't do that. So
I'll be honest, looking at those weapons, I'm getting kind of excited. Stop me.
I'm not. What chat was talking about earlier, where we hype this up and then hate it later. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to hype the shit out of this game, and then when it launches, we're going to hate it. So at least we're transparent about it.
Mark our words.
So I guess it's be easy. I had some of this stuff pulled up on its own, but it's pretty much all summarized on Charlie Intel, so we can talk about this and react to it a little bit. Going through the big news that's kind of somewhat breaking is that DMZ is going to be not showcased at COD Next, which doesn't feel good if you're into that mode. But they're excited to share that we'll continue to support the DMZ beta players. Will have continuing infiltration on the old maps. Thank you for your continued support and dedication to the beta. We will share further updates closer to season 1. So what Charlie Intel goes to add a little bit of context that I don't think you can get from this, but we're kind of thinking it, but it's not 100% sure. He says that Modern Warfare 2 is playable on the maps. It already is available, but it looks like it won't be a part of Modern Warfare 3's Warzone. So he's kind of thinking it sound like it's going to die when the integration happens with Warzone, when Modern Warfare 3 is integrated in, since it is a little bit ominous, I would say, for the mode. That's a cool word, that it's not showcased at COD Next. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. And then just like we do on this show, another thing that we love to do is have shows one day before news breaks. Like, we do that a lot. So in that fashion, along those lines, in the spirit of that, Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer reveal trailer is tomorrow morning. So we won't be able to react to it today because it's not out yet, and that's what we do. So there you go.
Nice.
Now, let's try to break this down because I didn't get a chance to look at this very much. We can try to figure this out together. What's happening with the gunsmith? Because as of now, I think the gunsmith's okay. I think there's too many attachments. There's too many stocks and too many foregrips and muzzle brakes that do the same thing, and the tuning is too granular. It's not necessary. But Gunsmith updates: attachments such as grips, barrels, magazines, and stocks will no longer require players to use a specific weapon after they've already been unlocked for another one. So that isn't that the same as it already is? You just have to unlock the category and then you get everything. You get everything going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These aftermarket parts are screwing with me.
What is it?
So, okay. Now I know what that is. So that big white conversion kit that basically takes your pistol into an SMG. I don't know if you've seen them before. They're micro conversion kits in real life.
Yeah.
Where basically you could take a Glock and just stick it in. They're doing it with the Renetti, which is just the M9 Beretta. The Beretta M9, that's all it is, or the Raffica, which is the 93R, which is the fully automatic or first one, I believe. No, fully automatic. And they're just doing that so you could put like a longer barrel and then it'll be basically an SMG. And all of it looks 3D printed, which looks weird. And then you have the Polyamont. These are weird names. The 762. It's just a PKP Pechneg. And then you have the Bullpup version, which is just a conversion kit, which I don't remember the actual proper name for that one. Or maybe I have it wrong. Maybe it's a PKM and then the PKP. That's what it is. So it goes from a PKM to a PKP, which is the bullpup version, which is it kind of reminds me of as much as people hated their gunsmith, Call of Duty World War II, where you can just take any gun and convert it into like monstrosities. Um, put like a Thompson grip on an M1 Garand and stuff like that, make it fully automatic. Weird shit. So you have that. And then when I looked at the quote unquote Uzis, which is the WSP Swarm, which has like a weird upper receiver, some of the aftermarket parts doesn't make sense. They're putting pistol braces, the ones that are technically supposed to be wrapped around your arm, in a Call of Duty game. As much as in the civilian market, it makes sense. In a military shooter, I think they just saw, hey, this has been put on a lot of guns in real life. Let's put this in our game and do absolutely no research on why this isn't a stock. So, yeah, it's just so awkward to see a pistol brace on an Uzi that's 3D printed. That it's just basically the aftermarket parts are all just 3D printed parts. Even the micro conversion kits, which you can buy in real life, which, by the way, doesn't make your gun into a carbine. ATF. Which also does have that quote unquote pistol fin or brace, so on and so forth. Like, I swear to God, if I see a fin in this game, I'm gonna cry. Like, there were so many other conversion kits that you could have used, and you used the micro conversion kit. The micro Roni is what I guess the nickname for it. So
the Roni is in.
It is some beer. And is this part of the pre-order bundle?
I don't think so.
Those aftermarket parts?
No.
Or is that just coming to the game?
I just read through it. So after you get a gun to max level, then there will be challenges that will appear for the aftermarket parts. So you get a gun to max level, and then say for like the Roni, you have to get 30 kills with 5 attachments equipped. To change the PKP to a bullpup, get 25 kills while hip firing or using tac stance. So remember, that's another thing. There's a soft aim, there's a tac stance aim in this game.
Like point aim.
Yeah,
aiming.
There's like I always called it soft aim, like PUBG has. And then yeah, so I think that's how it's gonna work. I don't see. I don't see if they have.
And I think the reason why they did this is because of the 3D printed Glocks that Makarov and his team had on the plane. It's like the second they introduced 3D printing into the game, let's just 3D print every single attachment now. You want a vertical grip? 3D printed.
I mean, I guess you can.
In reality, yeah, but it's just weird for a Call of Duty game.
The LMG kit, the LMG conversion is not just 3D printed.
That's not bad. That's because that's a real. I believe that's a real thing.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how a bullpup works.
Petchneg.
I don't know how a bullpup works
still,
on.
It's still a feeding tray on top. It's just the the bag is just seated a little bit more forward, and the stock is not as big, so it's not really like a bullpup. It's really just like an angled box.
Yeah, but I mean, the stock is moved up, so the action and the bolt is like next to your cheek, which I don't understand how this works, because bullpups have to have the exhaust port to the right. This will have the empties and the chunks of the belt coming out right at your face. So that's
that, or I believe it's the bottom. I could be wrong.
Those shouldn't be. Yeah, that's weird.
I'd have to double check with the Petchneg, but
I think that's going to be, well, then you right-handers get a little taste of how us left-handed shooters have to deal with shit flying by our face while we're trying to shoot. Welcome to my world. It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
So yeah, how I understand it is it adds replayability to all the weapons that are being moved over. So as we know, the weapons are carrying over. So it just like they're adding a little bit more progression and going to change the guns. some way.
I'm gonna see some cursed weapons, that's for sure.
Something's gonna be wild. Something's gonna happen.
I mean, that was always my favorite like series on YouTube was like Modern Warfare 2019, like cursed weapon builds. It was pretty funny, and the fact that people were getting like good kill streaks with them.
Yep. Something. There's gonna be crazy stuff. There's gonna be every time. There's gonna be broken stuff too. Just like right now, they're pulling a classic Call of Duty right now. Oh, look who it is, Buff. All right, you wanna hang out Thursday? So
yeah, we clearly didn't ask him before, guys.
No, we didn't ask him. Buff's coming Thursday. He's gonna be here. We're gonna talk about Call of Duty next. There you go. What was I gonna say? Oh no, they're pulling a super classic Call of Duty right now on the Battle Pass. The Geist weapon is really strong. The AR that's in the Battle Pass, it's so OP, dude. Like it's crazy. So I
will say there's a lot of pistols. I know Buff will agree with this. There's a lot of carbines. There's a lot of SMGs. There's a lot of DMRs and sniper rifles. I mean, we got the PKP now, right?
Yeah,
that's an LMG.
Oh yeah, Buff. I wonder. We'll see how COD Next goes. I wonder if Buff is going to air his grievances with us about the lack of LMG DLC. I look forward to it. He doesn't really like LMGs in video games. It's fine. But no, what I'm saying, I think the conversions are all right because it's kind of adding content to the weapons that were already there. So like you have
makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. It's just weird to see a pistol brace.
Yeah, it's dumb, but
Very
I mean,
awkward.
I feel like they're kind of running out of ideas. But
running out of ideas.
yeah, because there's a whole rabbit hole with pistol braces. But what was I gonna say? Oh, they're doing the classic Call of Duty thing. The classic Call of Duty thing right now. The Tempest Geist or whatever. I don't know what the real gun name is because I'm a basic.
I haven't seen it.
I'm a basic bitch when it comes to firearms, but I just like the ones I have. It's really, really strong. Over my lunch hour, I was like, I'm going to work on the Battle Pass because I really want this for playing Search. It's so strong. And already at noon today, Maliuk. Okay. I've heard that. Everyone was playing with it in Search already. Like everyone had it. Many people. And of course,
the TR-76.
Huge surprise. It's on the Black Cell bundle for $29.99 US. So you can buy it if you don't want to deal with it. And I felt anti-microtransaction. I'm not doing it. Guys, stand down, pitchforks away. I'm not buying it. But I got like a little bit of fucking FOMO because it's like, I want that gun now. I don't know if I have time to unlock it. And it's really strong right now. And there's not going to be another season. So by the time it's the next season and it's easier to unlock with challenges, it'll be a thing of the past. So that is strange. They play chess. They play chess with microtransactions, man. They're on another level with microtransactions.
Just to help you out, it's based off the Ukrainian Maliuk.
Boom.
So,
boom.
There you go.
Marquez,
762x39 looks like
not a new trend. It's not a new trend. They put really strong weapons on the Battle Pass a lot, but you can tell. Oh man, it seems too coincidence to have it be the last season. So it's going to be yesterday's news when the new game launches. But right now it's super strong and it takes time to unlock. But you can buy it for $29.99. They do it, man.
Yep.
They make billions. The other thing that Exclusive Ace pointed out that I did see is detailed stats. So potentially you'll be able to see actual numbers when it comes to stats of weapons, which is really cool because for years.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, for years, these bars are meaningless and have been reported and proved to be bugged and not true like so many times. So that'll actually be really cool.
Detailed numbers, that's very helpful.
maybe like our friends, the drop shot say, maybe they'll combine that with detailed weapon balancing in the patch notes with actual numbers. And that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be like recoil drop by 3 points, accuracy bumped up by 5, yada yada yada.
Yep. So yeah, that's Gunsmith Innovations, aftermarket parts. And I didn't see tuning. I can't tell. I guess we'll know more on Thursday if weapon tuning is coming back. I hope it's gone. It's really dumb, and it's just too much noise. They're getting a little too much towards Tarkov, where Tarkov has it's like changes that don't need to be changes. That, especially with the shit netcode that's in this game, there's no way you can feel some of those tuning things. So just get it out of the game. It's pointless. Yeah. It's too much. It's like why when Tarkov has 80 different kinds of 7.62 ammo and they add 3 more. It's like, stop. It's too granular. Just quit. So with all that being said, that's the new stuff with Call of Duty Modern Warfare Roman numeral 3. Call of Duty Next is coming. Things I hope to see: better movement. Top of the list is visual recoil, man. They gotta tone that down so us mouse players can see to track shots, man. They have to. Please make it clean like Modern Warfare 2019. I beg of you. I'll be excited to potentially see the new Warzone map, see where that's at. Maybe see what they're gonna do for a resurgence mode. Maybe we'll hear about that. But yeah, I'm more into 6v6 Call of Duty than I've been in a long time with Search and Destroy.
Noticed.
Sorry. Search is fun, man. It's fun. All right. Let's talk about a subject which I am not qualified to do, but I will bullshit my way through it as I do here. Counter-Strike 2. Marquez, don't say visual recoil ever again. Counter-Strike 2 is a game that I have not yet played. I do have it downloaded, and I definitely want to check it out.
You know the reason why you have it downloaded, right?
What?
You know the reason why it's already downloaded for some people, already in their libraries?
For me, it just replaced Counter-Strike. It's just replaced CSGO.
Yeah. Which is the shady part about it.
Really? You think that's weird?
Well, so if you look at the most recent reviews, most of them are going to be negative. But because it just replaced Counter-Strike, it kept all the old reviews on Steam for Counter-Strike Go. So it's sitting at mostly positive.
Has any other game
all the good reviews?
Has any other game ever been able to do that, or just because it's Valve, they were able to pull some shenanigans?
Probably just because it's Valve. Yeah.
Weird.
Cheaters have been running amok, apparently, in this game.
In CS2?
Yeah. Apparently, cheaters are everywhere. A lot of people I've talked to have saying, and it's not possibly a cheater here and there. It's proper aiming at the ground, headshotting from across the map, cheating.
Rage hackers, huh?
Yeah. And the weird part is some of the reviews are the weirdest part of this game right now, because people will say it's a bad game, lots of cheaters, but yet still recommend it good, or say it's a good game but then cheaters were in the way. Or it's Steam. You're gonna see people say one of them, I was looking at earlier, it's this game made me racist, or the other one is a positive review, but it's I miss CSGO. So it's what?
My favorite ones are this super negative reviews, and it's playtime 0.1 hours. You have no idea what you're talking about. I love those. Those are my favorite Steam reviews. I'm sad to hear that. I expected to be some hiccups. I expect there will be some hiccups with CS2. Hopefully it settles out and they can get it fixed. This game has such a massive player base, man. They gotta get it. They gotta get it fixed, and I'm sure they will. But it is weird.
I don't know, man.
It is weird when you wonder, and I've always wondered about this too. I don't know that many people that religiously play CSGO. Or that played it. and the numbers are just astronomical. I feel like, I'm not saying it, okay, I'm not saying it, but I feel like there is a universe where Valve could cook those numbers because Steam is their platform. I don't know. I just don't know that many people that play it.
Well,
but
you also
everyone
got
plays
multiple reports of matchmaking not working properly as well. People saying that they're not able to get into games. And if they do, it's sometimes what's the word, like unbalanced, so teams won't fill up properly. I don't know what's going on with this. Like that's more rare than I've seen, but a lot of it is still like, it's still for a game this old, because it's really just a new coat of paint that they put on to the old game.
Well, there's some stuff under the hood too, where they talked about the new kinds of server stuff that's gonna like really reduce lag and make it feel really good. And I mean,
this game could run on anyone's PC still. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and I really hope it works because I want to see Rainbow Six follow the same model. In a nutshell, I would love to see netcode improvements and engine upgrades and stuff and visual upgrades to Rainbow.
There's people that have over like 10K hours in Counter-Strike in total and will never put it down regardless of how bad it is. So I don't see this game dying anytime soon.
No way.
I don't see this. Huge. Yeah, no, it's too big. Rainbow Six, I don't know if they'll follow it, but there's no reason not to. So I'm not worried about this game getting like the Payday 3 treatment where it's now sitting at still mostly negative or possibly even mixed now. But yeah, it's not looking good.
So to go even farther, Insider Gaming did catch Shroud in his stream saying that CS2 will kill Counter-Strike. And I checked out the clip. You can check it out, but Shroud basically was playing it. I think the emotions were getting to him. As you guys know, content creators and people that play on Twitch play for incredible hours. Playing a game that takes focus like CSGO or CS2, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get mad. I've said some pretty crazy shit on my Twitch stream when the mentals are going.
He said, wait, hold on. He said, hold on, repeat that again. He said Counter-Strike 2 will kill Counter-Strike?
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, it already did. The Counter-Strike Go doesn't exist anymore.
No, he just means the franchise Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike 2, Counter-Strike Go.
I see what you mean.
It will kill the franchise.
That is a bit too emotional.
He says, I think this game dies. He says CS dies with 2. I think it does. I firmly believe that. I think it's the end of Counter-Strike with this game. I mean, we had a good run, and I listened to it, and his teammates are like, no, you don't mean that. He's like, I firmly believe that. But he's talking about some of the changes to smoke he doesn't like, and some of the mechanical changes they made he doesn't like. But with somebody with Shroud who played at the top levels of professional CSGO, who put, dude, the number of hours this man has put into Counter-Strike would be incredible. You're going to be mad. You're going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable and pissed when they change things because you're so used to it. So I feel like that was a little bit emotional, dude. There's so many people playing this game, and I think they'll get the bugs worked out, and people will move on, and it'll be fine. That's what I think. I think that's probably a little bit emotional, bud. Move on.
Again, I don't really, yeah, because I don't play it. So let's move on.
Fuck that. Let's move on. I need to try that game though. I need to try it. I might like it, but I'm scared because people, like you said, have put in tens of thousands of hours and will destroy me immediately. Let's talk a little bit about XDefiant's alleged launch date. If it's good or bad, are you gonna hurt or what? XDefiant's a game we followed along. I know a lot of people, almost every episode of the Scope, somebody comes into chat asking about XDefiant. You guys are wanting to see this game. I am too, because I am excited for there to be an alternative, not a competitor, an alternative to Call of Duty. So if we go over here to Insider Gaming, El Baberto, your name is terrible, on Twitter, has announced this has been a reliable leaker. I would say like 70-ish% accurate on leaks, has said it's set to release on October 17th, which puts it in direct conflict with the beginning of Call of Duty's The Haunting event. It also means it'll drop just one day after the closure of the Modern Warfare 3 beta stages. But that could potentially redirect the attention of first-person shooter fans the world over. What do you think of that timing?
I think Big Fry said it the best from his tweet that I saw of just like, after the beta is done, XDefiant's gonna launch. It's gonna fill the void of a arcade shooter for a while, and then once Modern Warfare 3 comes out, you're gonna see the player base drop pretty exponentially.
Yes.
Question is, how big is the drop gonna be? Can it recover from said drop? If it's big enough where it'll affect the servers and the matchmaking. If it doesn't, and there's still a healthy player base, how long is that gonna last until people just continue to trickle over to Modern Warfare 3 after its release? And again, this is also depending on how the beta goes for Modern Warfare 3.
Right. So my take on the entire thing, like if you're looking like bird's eye view, initially this hurts them. I think if they would have been able to release in the summer, when they said when Call of Duty has its low point in the COD cycle, people are disenfranchised with it, tired of playing it, ready for the next COD. I think that would have been better because you would have got like a couple
100%.
months of people not wanting to play COD.
Yep.
But now they're going to launch right within the midst of the new Call of Duty. But I think that timing, the window sucks. The timing is good, if that makes sense. Like it's launching really close to COD, which sucks. But right after the beta is a pretty cool move. Because after the beta, people are not going to go back and play the old COD. They're ready for something new. There's XDefiant. I think that's pretty cool. When Modern Warfare 3 drops, the player numbers will drop. However, they have allegedly a year's worth of post-launch content slated for XDefiant. So that means it's at least going to get supported until the next drop in the Call of Duty cycle next year, when people are tired of Modern Warfare 3 and looking to Treyarch's thing. So it's going to get a couple chances, and there's always going to be those times as Call of Duties wear on in their year-long cycle. The longer it gets, the less people want to play it, and XDefiant will be there. So I think it's still going to get just as good a chance as it would have, because it's at least going to go for a year. And they have to release an S&D mode really fast, please. Mark. Please, Mark. I'm begging you. I want to...
Clearly he listens to us.
Obviously. I want to write an open letter to Mark, and it would just say S&D mode. Sincerely, Crash. That's all it would say.
Just like a really long letter, it drops down to the ground,
and it just says,
please S&D.
That's it. He'll unfold it, it'll just say that.
Or it'll be like a huge paper folded like 100 times.
Yeah.
And then when he finally gets to it, please S&D.
Yeah, for me the Halloween Call of Duty event, I could not care. I couldn't care less. Like, it's terrible. I don't care about it. So I don't think that has much of an effect on XDefiant. I just hope it starts solid, and I hope they get an S&D mode in there quickly, and then I'll definitely put some time into it. It'll probably be part of the rotation of games that I stream for sure.
Part of the rotation.
Get it in there. Yeah. So that's what's up with XDefiant. It could be coming out this month, a little bit late, but there you go. And again, not a competitor, not a COD killer, just an alternative. You got to
put that in people's heads.
Yeah,
you have to. Quick shot.
Do you want a quick shot?
Let's do a quick shot.
I got one for you. Road to Vostok, friend of the program.
Woo!
Yeah, friend of the program. Road to Vostok is switching engines. I actually watched the devlog today where that's happening. As you guys know, we talked about Unity was just being really just dumb with their monetization. It kind of makes it feel like untrustworthy and stuff with some of those. And Auntie decided to go with the Godot engine, which I had not heard of, and in 2 days had like a working version of the game already ported over. That guy is an absolute wizard, man.
Yeah, and he's had some good help as well too lately.
He's killing it. And these are the screenshots in the new engine. So he basically a massive loss for Unity. Like, dude, this game is looking so good. People are excited about it. And yeah, but it could be a boost also to get some eyes on the Godot engine, and maybe that starts to be used more, supported, and becomes a better alternative to Unity if they're going to do that.
Yeah, I never heard about it until with him.
I had neither, but it's looking really good. I'm really relieved to hear this actually too, because when I heard about all that drama with Unity, I was scared for this game. Like, I thought it might really mess up Auntie and what he was working on, and mess up his roadmap and stuff. It might delay things just a little bit, but he's switching to a new engine and absolutely
the work ethic on this guy, man.
Yeah, he's cooking. So it's really cool, and it's going well. So it's over on a new engine, and looks like it's happening. Yeah, yesterday on the 30th, posted stuff about the FPS animation systems and synchronization, and that it's looking good. Audio sounds awesome. Custom keybinds are in there, pause menu, audio channeling, ultra wide monitors, UI scaling, all that stuff's in there already. And he's only been working on it a few days, like not really necessarily even a week. So yeah, it doesn't sound like he's even gonna miss a beat with that. So that's the update on Road to Vostok.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Ready for the next one?
Hell yeah.
Alara Prime is a game. It's a video game.
Game of all games.
It's a game. One of the games of all time. No, I don't know. I'm gonna be playtesting that on Thursday, in between COD NEXT and our episode. So I'm excited to give.
What time is it?
When's COD NEXT?
No, what time is the playtest? Because I never got a time for the playtest.
The playtest.
I just got a date.
Is in my messages. Stand by. Cue the Jeopardy.
Standing by.
1 p.m. Central.
1 p.m. Central, which is 2 p.m. my time. Yeah. On Thursday.
Yeah. So
okay.
COD NEXT will be like in the morning. As soon as that's over, Alara Prime playtest. As soon as that's over, program. We're gonna do another program.
Cool.
So I'm excited to play this because I like search and destroy modes. This is one of those. However, the twist is there's 3 teams, 4v4v4. So I'm finally looking forward to getting able to play this. I know a few friends who've played it and have said nothing but good things. So
okay, that's good. That's good to know.
It's got a twist. Redbeard really likes it. Fries really enjoyed it. Abel.
Redbeard was the one that shouted me out to get me into it. So
yeah, same.
Shout out Redbeard.
He's excited about it. Shout out Redbeard. If you don't follow him, get your shit together.
Love you, homie.
Thanks, Redbeard. So yeah, I look forward to.
I'm excited to try it out.
Report back on that. Do you have any other quick shots?
Another quick shot. Quick shot. Ascendant Infinity was another playtest.
Oh yeah.
Of the games of all games. No, in all honesty, it was actually pretty fun. I got to play with Big Fry and Mr. Abel Green, or Abel Green Official.
Yeah.
Because now that's his new YouTube. I gotta get used to that. But yeah, from what I tried, it is an extraction game. It's 3v3 v3 v3. So 4 squads of 3. You all spawn in at the same time. You got like, there's like cores on the map. Have you seen gameplay of it?
I saw gameplay when they were doing play tests when there wasn't any texturing and it was just blocked out.
Yeah. Fry was telling me about it because I had no clue about it. And he was telling me that last time he played it was just all gray box. So yes. To see a little bit of a tone with like quote unquote the 80s, which didn't really feel like it was the 80s. you had like a TV announcer about that was about it. You know, it kind of felt like the TV announcer
Finals.
from a little bit, but not as in your face as the finals. But in the beginning it was, and then the shooting felt okay. It's just the optimization, a lot of lag spikes, a lot of FPS drops here and there. I will say we won 2 out of 3 rounds. In fact, we beat the other team so bad that 2 of them on each of the rounds that we played, they rage quit.
Jeez, man.
So yeah, or they might have rage quit. Yeah, no, they definitely rage quit because they didn't even have deaths on their. Or they did, but it wasn't enough. Because if you die after a certain amount of times, you know, you lose your lives, and then that's it. You're out of the game, unless you can pick up a core, and that gives a life to everyone in your squad. So the last round of the day, we're getting like our asses handed to us. I'm trying to survive against 2 other teams in the same area. So Frine and Abel go down. I couldn't get close to them to save them because I was focusing on other fights around me, trying to get to them, to the point where they finally get um back and were able to take out another team. So then it was 1 team left, and then they go down one more time, so they're out, and I had 1 life left, and I was able to clutch it right at the end. We were able to win.
You're incredible.
So it was just cool to have that kind of experience. I haven't had an experience like that for a long time, especially when it comes to an FPS extraction game. So if really it's just because everything seems to be okay. The optimization when it comes to the graphic settings seems very bad in all honesty. Um, the game itself, it's cool because like you have like a social hub as well too. I forgot to mention in my last video is that you can we were right at the end we were talking to people. You know, you could talk to people in the social hub, so you could just talk crap to other players and stuff like that.
I
you
would
know?
never.
You'd be like, hey, who was that team that we effed up? You know,
I would never.
you guys got your asses handed to you, huh? You know, just stuff like that.
I bet your credit score's really low. That's all I'd say. I would get personal real quick.
I bet you're still paying car payments.
That's how you do it.
It's anyways.
Is it so?
Yeah, it was
my
cool.
question is it special enough and unique enough to break the hump that early access indie FPSs have, man? I don't know.
I am scared for this game, man, because you look at, and I mentioned the Frontier, the Cycle Frontier, Starseed's Dead Zone, 2 extraction shooters, also based in like a semi-futuristic, actually not even semi-futuristic, futuristic world with other AI too, because all 3 of those games have NPCs, and even I would say the Frontier Cycle shares a lot more with Ascendant Infinity because you have like the drones, you have the weird creatures, you have these giant monsters. You know, they're not as bad. You can kind of avoid them, so you can really just focus on the PvP between other players. But it's you can use the AI to farm power, which then you can bank into like the store. So then if you do end up dying, you have some money in the bank. So it's kind of like, and then there's also like a really decent, like we didn't realize that at the end, there's like an actual decent weapon customization, everything from like your magazine. You can switch it from like a light magazine to a heavy magazine to switch heavy rounds. You could do the stock, the grip, the muzzle brake, the sight. Like it was like, whoa, hold on, there's a little bit more to this. I could see the extraction part because now there's a shop. You know, you had the character customization, which was so weird. I mean, you could put it's 2023. You could put a bra on a guy nowadays. You know, you could literally, there was naked people running around in the playing field just in their underwear. You
PUBG.
know, and
like PUBG.
It was funny because it was like, because technically they had a shield, but it was just them in their underwear. So it was pretty funny. So, and there was like a weird glitch that even if you turn, because there's nudity in the game, you can like check mark it to turn it off. But even if you check marked it to turn it off when you were loading into the game, everyone's clothes was still loading in, so I just saw my teammates naked. So it's just like, oh, all right, cool. I'm glad.
That's kind of weird.
I'm glad I wasn't streaming. I was recording.
It's funny,
But if you
but
were streaming,
it's funny, but like, what does that add to the game? To have nudity in it, like that's
yeah, I don't know. I
weird.
really don't know. It's like, I mean, it's kind of like Rust has nudity and Conan Exiles has nudity. I think it's just like a funny joke gimmick,
All the
like
16-year-old high school listeners are writing all these down.
imagine. Oh yeah, but just imagine getting crapped on, and then just
that would be a real
360
teabag,
and all of us, and then a real teabag. Exactly.
That's a legit teabag.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing. It's a cool idea. I'm just worried that it'll end up like these other early access shooters nowadays, because I mean, it's also on Unreal Engine 5 as well too. So like, I'm looking at the trailers and stuff like that on the stream right now, and it looks like such a more completed game than what we originally.
I remember the
played.
white box version or whatever you call it. Like,
yeah, and even that looks like, I mean, insanely better. A little bit not as good, I guess you could say, but still, like, for what it is, it's pretty cool. So I could see if this game does come out and it's I mean, I'm still gonna give it a shot when it does come out, like, officially, but if it's doing well and it's continuing its player base, I can see me like almost maining this game. Almost. Only because there's other games I would like to play, but I love extraction games, and I just don't want to take the time out of my day to learn the Russian alphabet to freaking play Tarkov just to learn different ammo types. Like, I just want to get into a game with my friends. Hey, let's get a couple rounds in. Extraction, boom, done, out of here. We'll come back tomorrow. Hey, we still got stuff from last round. Simple.
So,
oh yeah.
Question. What's your elevator pitch? Couple sentences. What's the gameplay loop? Like, when you spawn in, what's your objective and what do you do?
4 teams of 3 fighting over cores. There's PvPvE. Last team standing wins.
So it's like Hazard Zone.
Except Hazard Zone doesn't have AI, right?
Yeah.
Or did? I don't think they did. Did they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, tells you how much I remember about Hazard Zone. That game died quick.
True. But no, the difference being, I'm not comparing it to Hazard Zone. The difference is there's a winner. There's not really a winner in Hazard Zone. Like, all you really do is make money and collect drives, and that's it. Hazard Zone. No,
there's a winner. There's a scoreboard. You can talk. Oh yeah, and then the social hub. Yeah, and then talk crap.
I'll do it.
I think I didn't test it out, but I think you can talk to people in raid as well, which
prox chat
would be hilarious. I hope to God there's prox chat.
That's content.
Dude. Oh, please. I love that in Hunt Showdown. I liked it when Tarkov brought it in. Talking shit to players as you're like fighting them mid gunfight is like, hey man, you suck. Just like, like
I don't really think it's a bad idea in most applications.
It would be a great. It's almost like Dark and Darker, where it would be a great content creator game.
Yeah, I get it.
Again, if it survives long enough. So
nice.
And eventually you're gonna need content, because like playing the same map over and over again, you kind of tend to figure out spots and stuff like that. Like, there's little like vents and stuff you can climb through and stuff. So that can
be a huge challenge with indie developers, having the pipeline to be able to pump out enough content to keep today's FPS player engaged, because they're used to a lot of content in some games.
But you could tell, I can feel the Unreal Engine-ness of it, especially like when I saw like the number count on like the battle rifle, which is just like the AR. It's the same font as like any other classic Unreal Engine FPS. So
nice. No, it's cool. I will check it out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a what's the
There's
launch?
another playtest coming up. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know when the launch is. There's another playtest coming out on I believe the 7th or the 5th or the 6th, one of those days. But sadly, Abel and Fry won't be able to make it, so won't be able to play this one because I was only able to get a certain amount of keys.
Gotcha. Cool,
But
man.
yeah,
Right.
that's about it.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else.
Oh wait.
Is there?
One more thing.
What?
Only because remember when I talked about that game that got copyright strikes and cease and desist, that VR game that was like Operation Metro in VR?
Yes.
Yeah. So I found out, and he posted it on Steam on the game's store page. I mean, not the store page because it's not really on there anymore, but it's like on the page when you have, if you still have the game in your library, he still posts updates. There's a new game he's working on called Convergence. And it's basically from a quick glance, it looks like not Stalker, but almost like, I was talking to Loaf about it because I was playing with him today. It's like if you took, I don't know, it's a post-apocalyptic Eastern European game that now you can go outside and you have a dog as a companion with a day and night cycle.
In VR?
In VR.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's called Convergence. Originally, the Paradox of Hope.
I really hope to be able to get VR someday.
Yeah, it almost feels like, what was it? It feels like I was talking to Loaf. That's why I was like, it feels like Dead Side, but in VR.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
Wait, he just got the cease and desist and he's already got like a working product?
I think he took a lot of those, like, because it looks like the same AK. It looks like the same Makarov, but it's not underground in the metro anymore. You know, it's not in the Russian subway tunnels, which I think was the biggest like red flag for the Metro series, which is stupid in my opinion, anyways, because it's not like he's running around calling it Metro VR, you know, but it was just like similar enough that he got the cease and desist. And sadly, he even said he's just one guy. He wouldn't be able to, you know, fight this in court, which is sad to say, that those big companies have such power over smaller creators like that. But yeah, it was like, it's because it doesn't look like Stalker because I don't think there's any anomalies. So it's not going to be Into the Radius, which is another VR title that is an open world day and night cycle, Eastern European, but it's got weird creatures and anomalies and stuff like that. And that one's called Into the Radius. That's another great game for VR. It's got like weapon cleaning. You got to eat food like in VR, which is hilarious. So I think maybe there'll be something along that line. Yeah, it's hilarious because like you'll like Into the Radius, you'll open up like a can of like pineapples. You'll stick your knife into the can, and this is all like you're moving your hand like you would in real life, and then you take the knife, put it up to your mouth, and your initial reaction of putting food near your mouth, even though you know it's VR, you know you have a headset on, but for some reason I've seen it over and over again. You open your mouth. And all you're doing is sticking a freaking VR controller next to your mouth.
That's funny. I
so
guess so.
It's cool, yeah, to see that.
So the Meta Quest 3 is like already is releasing soon.
Oh, dude, have you seen the Meta Quest 3 facial software
No.
that the Zuck and another creator, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuck, aka Zuck Daddy, aka Zoinks. I don't know. I'm just making up nicknames at this point.
You're freaking me out.
I don't agree with a lot of the shit he does, but I do have to it is pretty cool. It's like they're talking to each other with their faces in live time, like a live action, I
I
guess
usually
you could
talk with
say.
my face.
Yeah, no, but like, you imagine in VR, you have a headset on, you're talking to me in a different state with the same headset on, and you can see my face properly in right in front of you, every single detail, motion of the mouth, eyebrows, nose twitch, um, all that. Every clothes I'm wearing, from like the shoulders up, pretty much.
Oh,
But the fact that they have that detail is insane. And then you start thinking about games in that aspect, video games. Imagine playing a first person or VR shooter. I guess it is technically first person. And you look over to your left, and then you see your friend's face with a full operator kit on. You know, that would be insane.
is this happening?
I could see that being a thing. I mean, it's literally just like the shoulders up, and all you would have to do is just replace from the neck down with like a different model, you know? And if it's a realistic enough looking game, then, you can make it realistic enough to match the face, perhaps. So,
Bryce got one on
yeah.
pre-order, ships on the 10th.
Oh, he does? How much is that? I mean, to be honest,
$499.99.
it's not the MetaQuest 3 is $500.
Yeah,
That's actually not bad.
it's not bad. It's only $100 more than the
$1,000 still for the Valve Index, which is still, in my opinion, top of the line for VR PC games. But it's so expensive, and it's still and it's a little bit bulky. Where now the MetaQuest 3 is like a little bit tinier, smaller. The only issue I think with the MetaQuest 3, and this is getting a little bit more to like the VR realm, is that I think it focuses more on augmented reality than virtual reality. I think they've put a lot of time within augmented reality where it's almost like a workspace, or you have multiple desktops and stuff like that. The pass-through mode is like almost crystal clear compared to VR headsets of before. So we'll have to see when it comes to gaming. Am I going to be able to connect it via cable? I'm pretty sure you'll be able to connect it via cable to your PC, though. So then you could play. I mean, heck, I think there was rumors of Counter-Strike becoming a VR title or VR supported title. I don't know how that will work. Imagine play. I mean, then again, now you're looking at competitive. I mean, they already have that with oh my god, what's that game that starts with an O? But it's like a first person tactical shooter that's in VR that has like a bomb mode. So you have search and destroy.
I remember Pavlov.
There's Pavlov. There's starts with an O. Jesus.
Are you getting old?
I am getting old. Does it start with an O? Am I wrong? Yeah, I don't think it starts with an O. Oh, I am getting old. Shit. Regardless, can you imagine yourself playing VR S&D?
Onward.
It is okay. So it did start with an O.
I remember.
Thank you.
I remember after I read it. Dude, I don't know. I really want to get a steering wheel to play American Truck Simulator and completely retire from FPS gaming, and then I could get Quest 3, and then I could actually be in my truck, like looking around.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You could do that. There's so many cool racing games, but yeah, yeah, it was just cool to see one bringing him back to the subject at hand. Was the Paradox of Hope guy creator Nikita, which is his name as well too.
Sketchy.
Not the same one. I swear. I promise. This isn't what he's doing. This isn't Nikita doing this on the side. Oh man, but yeah, it's just cool to see that a quick turnaround. Like nothing's gonna stop this guy. So it's cool to see in that stuff. And you can wish list it right now on Steam.
It's really
Apparently,
cool.
it's the release date is 2024. So
it's really cool to see indie devs like just having these challenges and overcoming them with Vostok and with that game. It's cool to see. It's cool to see. Oh, the other thing that we need to talk about is transients. Wait.
chat.
So if you guys don't know, friend of the program, Big Fry TV, making his own game. We've had him on the show before talking about it. Of course, I missed it, so that's actually on him for not releasing the devlog around my schedule.
His fault, completely his fault.
So that's on him.
100%.
But of course, since I was gone, it took the awesomeness to another level, and they put out a demo that you can try. So I encourage everyone. I know we've had a lot more listeners as of lately on the audio version that might not be familiar with kind of our group of creators and hear us talk about that kind of stuff a lot. Check out Transients on Steam, wishlist it, and there's a free demo to check out. And I actually just played around in it before I was able to go live today because I wanted to talk about it in the quick shots. We might get into a little bit more depth when I get some more time with it and some more info about it. But so far, I like what I see. The main thing I look at as an FPS gamer is like frame rate. I was worried about, I'm always worried about optimization, right? But even when I was in gunfights and stuff, granted, I have a 4090, but I was in, like I didn't mess with anything. I just jumped in and played. So the graphic settings could have been maxed out. I'm not sure. I do know it looked clean as shit. Was probably around 270, 280 frames in 1440p. So that's really good. Just to give you some context, I usually get around 170 frames in COD. So I know multiplayer for single player, whatever. I'm just talking about frame rates to compare. If you're comparing like off of a game that a lot of people play, it had better frame rates than Call of Duty. The look of it was unique. With like, it was like the textures were like really realistic, but the outlines were like cell shaded, like Borderlands or something. You know what I mean? With like those like hard lines on them and stuff. It was really cool. The FPS controller was unique. I really liked the leaning. It felt like there was a lot of inertia in the animations. They were smooth. This is just stuff that I noticed right off the bat. Again, you guys know, friend of the program, Big Fry. I'm not like brown nosing him or anything. This is like the shit that I felt.
This is so it's coming from just looking at it as an actual game.
I'm looking at it objective.
The devlog video, there was a point where they were shooting a gun with no sight on top. It was just a rail, and I think whoever was playing was point shooting. So it just threw like it took me out of the trailer every time I see like a little thing like that. I get it. It's part of the game because you can customize your weapon pretty intuitively, but it was just awkward to see someone shooting a gun with no sight, no iron sight, no red dot, just the Picatinny rail all the way through. So
Elon did
that definitely kind of threw me off. Elon shot a gun with no sight.
Yeah, they had
oh Lord.
He posted a video on X where he had his Barrett and it had like you said, it just had the flat rail on top, no sight, no nothing, and he's hip shooting his 50 cal. And I'm like, that's completely fucking pointless.
Yeah, he's just getting the recoil at that point. It's kind of dumb though.
It's pretty dumb.
That is kind of dumb regardless.
The only thing I saw, so I will admit with this game, I spent like 10 minutes total so far because I haven't got a chance to sit down with it. I haven't got a chance to watch the devlog. I haven't got a chance to like mess with it a bunch, but I think the AI probably needs work. I would totally expect that from almost any game at this stage because all games AI can always be better. I thought the voice, like if I'm talking about like things my opinion could improve, I thought the voice lines were a little bit too much. Like they were like constant, like the dudes were talking shit, like, but it was almost like
I will say
over each other.
I was supposed to, I did some voice work. Fry, what happened, brother? I know you're watching. I know he's busy though. He's busy. I get it. But figured I'd call him out here because I'm a dick.
Oh yeah.
I did notice that playing it. It was kind of like repetitive over and over again. But then it's a demo.
I was also getting wall banged by the AI that I couldn't see.
Were you?
Yeah. So that doesn't feel good.
Kind of funny.
That doesn't feel good. But like I said, you can shoot the lights out, which is really cool. It looked good. I would expect it's not going to be perfect this early. And
no, not at all.
No, I like it. It has a lot of promise. And with those, so I would say like the look of it, it's not realistic. But it's really high fidelity and clean.
Yeah.
And I think with like the lighting and the cell shadedness and the unique look, I think it could be really immersive. And I'm pretty excited to see the story. And again, I'm not just saying that because I enjoy Big Fry's content and think he's a good dude. I'm just excited to see this game. I'll probably go into it a little bit more depth when I get around to making a video about it. I usually like to be fast with this stuff, but as you guys know, I was gone. It's kind of a big step for him because as someone who has historically talked shit on games that don't do a good job, the bar is higher for him and he has a lot of haters waiting in the wings. So it takes some balls to make this. I think they're doing a really good job so far where they're at. A few things need fixed. Obviously, you don't expect it to be perfect, but no, it's going to be good. It's refreshing to see. We're hopeful for it. I'm also kind of hopeful that it's successful in a way. And this might be my opinion changing after having played Starfield and kind of enjoying the story and stuff. We might need more indie developers to do what Road to Vostok is doing and do what Big Fry's team is doing and make some single player games, you know? Don't put yourself in that corner of having to pay for servers, having to spend all that time on multiplayer netcode and making animations match across server client side, working on hit reg, all that stuff, paying the massive amount of that stuff. Just maybe we can start a trend in the FPS space where people make really good story games. And
yeah,
that might be a little easier for studios to get started, I feel like.
There's that Project Quarantine game that's coming out. I don't know when. It's still being worked on, but I've seen some. They already had like the Patreon build come out for Patreon supporters, and the new map and stuff like that looks a lot better from what I've heard. I've seen pictures of the screenshots of the new map and stuff like that, and it's orange box phase. But that's a single player and or co-op extraction shooter. I don't think that's ever really been a thing in today's market. And then people were complaining about it, saying, why don't you just add PvP to the game? Why isn't there multiplayer? Because multiplayer shooters are really hard to make when it comes to servers, netcode, hit reg, all that stuff that you have to worry about. People's computers talking to each other. It's a lot of work, and I'm excited for something that's in a single player aspect.
At this point, single player is unique in the FPS space, and also it's just smart because look at the fucking graveyard of FPS shooters, man, of multiplayer FPS shooters, because there is so much that has to go into them from netcode. Like, I mean, we're even talking about a game that had so much potential and so much potential market share in World War III, and we always make fun of it every week of how terrible they did with that game. It's like, it is hard to make an FPS game, and I don't know why more indie studios don't just try to make a really super good single player game, because we've seen it time and time again that single player games can succeed. Some of the biggest games of the year, like Starfield, are single player games. Why not make some FPS ones? So I totally get it. It makes sense. And like I said, if you're listening to this on the audio show, if you're in YouTube, highly recommend checking out. Go over to Steam. Check out, just search Transients. It's there, wishlist it, and you're out literally nothing to try. So where he's at early on, you can get in and see how it's progressing. I really appreciate that, because Fry's been really transparent in his Twitch stream about with issues they've had, where they're at, and he's got a lot of pressure with a lot of haters ready to pounce on it. So I'm looking forward to see how it plays out, because I think with what I've seen, it's definitely, I expected it to be well, but it's a little bit better than I expected it to be. Honestly, just messing around play, it felt really good. The base, if the story's good, I don't see how how it can really be bad because the base of it feels really good. So check out Transients. Doesn't cost you anything. And yeah, go roast Big Fry. I think that's a program. What do you think?
That is an amazing program.
I'm going to probably I'm going to try. I have a lot of videos I need to make. I'm so behind on my channel. But I definitely going to make a video about transients and probably expound on a little bit and give some examples on why a single player game is a good idea at this point for indie developers. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Cool. Just remember, guys, Thursday, Out of the Ordinary special edition episode. Buff is coming back, and we're going to react to Call of Duty Next. Thursday, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Set your clocks. Get excited. We'll be here. It'll be a lot of fun. Traditionally, like last year, the Call of Duty Next post show, we call it the Call of Duty Next post show. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people came by. A lot of new listeners came by on YouTube, and it was fun. So anytime that I think a YouTube video is going to do well, it shits the bed. So I think that podcast is going to do well. So it'll probably be like 2 people here, but we'll have a good time regardless.
With those 2 people,
dude, is it that way for you?
Or if you say the opposite? Oh, what? When I think this is gonna be a banger of a video,
yeah, and then it just nothing.
I put so much work into this, yeah, and that's just how it is. But then you know,
cool.
Oh, that's what I thought for my videos that I've been posting. Like, why not? Real quick, still bomb, but that's a whole other story.
Welcome to YouTube, bud. It's a brutal bitch. I'll tell you that.
It is. It is.
Guys.
All right, man.
Yep. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to grab some food Thursday. Be here with Buff. It's going to be so much fun. All 2 or 3 of you that show up. It's going to be a blast. I love you all. This will be up on audio platforms across the world. Thank you guys to all the new listeners. There have been so many new listeners. Thank you to chat. I can't wait to see you guys Thursday. I'm excited for an extra episode. Thank you for everything. And we'll see you in 7 days. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Bring someone back with you. See you on Thursday.